Kellogg's has a new cereal just in time for June's Pride Month, and it's called the Together with Pride cereal, and I'm not sure it's so great. Welcome back to Bible Bears, everyone. I'm Ryder Cullison. So, as you can see from the carton of this box, Kellogg's has a new cereal, Together with Pride. Now, this is in cooperation with GLAAD, the organization that is an advocate for gay and lesbians. Okay, Kellogg's will donate $3 from every box of cereal to the GLAAD organization if people who purchase the boxes upload their receipts through some promotional link. And so Kellogg's will donate up to $140,000 to GLAAD because June is Pride Month. Now, I can only show you pictures of this cereal because I can't find it at the store in my hometown. Probably because I live in rural Virginia. And even though Virginia is now a blue state, thanks to the liberals in Northern Virginia who live outside of DC, my section of Virginia is still fairly red, and Kellogg's probably understands that there won't be too many boxes of their cereal sold here. Now, I imagine this is sold in California. You'll see a picture here. This was a tweet by Dave Rubin, who has a great show called The Rubin Report. Dave Rubin is gay, and a friend of his from, I guess presumably from California, because Dave Rubin lives in California, sent this picture of the cereal box to him. Now, Kellogg has come out and said, no matter who you are, who you love, or what pronouns you use, you are too awesome to fit into a box. So on the side of the box, as you can see in this picture, you can choose your preferred pronouns. And by you, I mean the children that you buy this box of cereal for, because adults probably aren't eating this cereal. And I'll get to that in just a second. But children can choose the preferred pronouns, her, him, she, he, whatever, they, them. Why would your child choose a pronoun that says they, them? Because they're non-binary. If they identify as non-binary, that means they don't identify as either a boy or a girl. Therefore, you can't refer to them as he or she or her or him. You have to refer to them as they or them. Okay? So if your child comes into the house and you're introducing them to some friends of yours, or you're speaking about your child to some friends of yours, and your child is non-binary, let's say it's your daughter, you can't say, she does very well in school. She gets straight A's. She plays field hockey or softball. No, you have to say, they get straight A's. They like to play softball. They like to play Legos. Okay? It would be wrong, according to culture's standards, current standards, to refer to that child as he or she if that child self-identifies as non-binary. And so Kellogg's is helping to promote this agenda, okay? Boxes are for cereal, not people, they say. Now, there is somewhat of an issue with this, all right? And remember, I'm a Christian, so I believe, as Jesus taught, the second greatest commandment is to love your neighbor as yourself. Everybody's my neighbor. But the process of loving somebody does not mean just allowing them to do whatever, all right? Or to push this kind of ideology. Now, what I have a problem with this is, boxes are for cereal, not people is, and of course they're referring to the boxes that you have to check off on forms or applications or whatever, identifying as a gender or so on and so forth. We kind of need these labels, right? Okay? Cereal doesn't just come in boxes. Crackers come in boxes. Rice and pasta comes in boxes. All right? Trash bags come in boxes. Legos come in boxes. If I open up a box of Frosted Flakes and out comes spicy Cheez-Its, I'm going to be a little upset. We have these labels, as we have had for thousands of years to appropriately and properly identify people. All right? This is what we're supposed to tell our children. You're a boy, you're a girl. Despite how you feel, that's how we need to identify you. That's how we need to identify others. So that if someone were to break into our house, we can go to the police and say, a man broke into the house. A woman broke into the house. At our church, men are not allowed in the nursery. They are prohibited. Only women are allowed. Why? Because in part it's to protect the men should any accusation ever be made against one of the workers. Why? Because men are typically the ones that molest children. I'm not saying that women don't do it, but the incidence is higher among men. So we protect the children by putting women in there. You can't be a man and say I'm a woman and be allowed to work in the nursery. It doesn't work that way. We need these labels. We've gotten along with them just fine. Just fine for thousands of years, all right? You cannot push this type of confusion on children. A child is looking at the cereal box going, I don't get this. I'm a girl. What other pronouns are there besides the subjective and objective pronouns? I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they, me, you, him, her, it, us, you, them. All right? This is just insane to me. Now, are you suggesting that if you're a girl or a boy, you can also be an elf or an orc or a dwarf or some other mythological creature? Just whatever you want to be. This is borderline madness. There has to be coherency. I don't agree with Kellogg's pushing this agenda. Now, the cereal, not that it matters too much, but I find this is a little ironic. The cereal itself is berry flavored, rainbow colored hearts dusted with edible glitter. That is the gayest cereal I've ever heard of. I think Kellogg's falls into their own trap here by stereotyping gays as people who like rainbow-colored hearts dusted with glitter. Okay? I'm surprised Tony the Tiger isn't wearing a rainbow-colored feathered boa in this picture. All right? Listen, not all gay people are this girly. Some girls who identify as boys probably like horseshoes and hand grenades and playing Call of Duty and want a camouflage box of cereal. Ironically, Kellogg's is stereotyping gay people. Do you agree with this cereal? Do you agree with this gender? I want to know how many people in the LGBT community feel that their son or daughter should choose any pronoun. Okay, is this the company line you're towing? Or do you look at your children and say, look, maybe you're a lesbian, but you're a girl, okay? You're a boy. That's how things are going to be. Not everybody in that community agrees with all the cultural requirements that the society is pushing. Caitlyn Jenner, formerly Bruce Jenner, believes in traditional marriage between a man and a woman. She believes that transgender individuals should compete in their own biological sports. That means a biological boy should compete with other boys, not in girls. So if Caitlyn Jenner believes that, I have to believe that there's other people in the transgender community that, despite how they feel, still kind of agree with having two sets of biological sexes, male and female. And there can't be just this nebulous gray area in between. All right? If you're a girl who doesn't like to wear jewelry, that's okay. You're just a girl who doesn't like to wear jewelry. If you're a girl who doesn't like to play with dolls or wear makeup, we don't need a label on some rainbow-colored spectrum to identify you. You're just a girl who doesn't like those things. If you're a boy who likes to draw rather than play soccer and football or play War in the Woods, that's okay. You're just a boy who doesn't like those things. You don't need to be put on some spectrum. One's a boy, one's a girl. I've said enough about that. Tell me what you think about this cereal. Is it necessary? Is this going to be another example of go woke, go broke? Will there be a backlash on Kellogg's on this? I, for one, am not going to boycott Kellogg's because of this. I just think it's kind of dumb. But I don't believe in boycotts. I don't believe in hurting workers who work for these companies. I'm sure a lot of the workers at Kellogg's don't agree with this, but I'm not trying to put anybody out of a job. They're my neighbor. I'm trying to love them. Anybody in the LGBT, Q, and whatever alphabet letter you want to add to that community, you're my neighbor. I love you, but we need to restore some sanity here. Boy, girl, we have two sexes. Let's stick with that. Not let children who don't know yet about the world decide what their gender is. We need to appropriately decide that for them. Guys, I love you. As always, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up, like, and subscribe, and have a blessed week.